And I'm back. Hopefully the internet's working for me this time. Hopefully my mic doesn't keep cutting out either. I found out that the camera that I was using, I loaned it to my kid. I don't know where my kid had it stored, but it looks like a mouse or some kind of small critter. I guess it could have been one of his cats, but I doubt it. I don't know if you can see that. Chewed the cable. So I think that's why my mic on that camera was cutting out. But I think my overall problem was that my Wi-Fi doesn't work very well in the area that I've got the camera and the laptop right now. So right now I've hardwired it. I've run the cable to the modem. So we'll see if that helps. And I'm just going to continue on painting my Weird World War II U.S. infantry. I'm going to try to get these done tonight. Last night I got a platoon of Australian commandos done. Tonight I want to see if I can get basically a platoon of American infantry done. So I'm going to start on the boots here. If the camera goes wobbly, if I accidentally hit it, I apologize. I've got it right next to me, and I got a light, hopefully brightening things up a little bit. And get my glasses on. Turn on the light on the glasses. And start painting some boots. I guess I should paint some holsters while I'm at it, using the same color. Hopefully some people come on. There's quite a few people on earlier, but I was having so many technical problems. Hopefully this sorts things out. I think this room where I am, I think it's an issue for Wi-Fi because it doesn't seem to want to work. So it's good to know, because I have to, this is the room, the area where I'm going to be running my virtual tabletop, and if it's connected to the Wi-Fi, I don't want to have any issues. So it's good to find these things out now. Fly through these, get them done. I want to start working on my Plains Indians soon, but I gotta do some 3D printer maintenance because I need a few more Plains Indians on foot to finish off some units. I like getting everything all done and primed, ready to go. That way I can just start working on it. Did I do that one already? Yep. My plan for this painting challenge is to make things look good at 3 feet away, not be so picky. I like my stuff to look good, but if you can't see something, why am I painting it? So, like if you can't see the underside, like the underside, like, oh, those should be painted, and no, well, do you actually see those? So that's my plan, is just to try to paint only what you see, and not be so picky. If you do come into the room, please let me know if you can hear me okay. Yeah, I found out that the camera that I was using, Jim, I loaned it to Alex for actually a few years ago, quite a few years ago, and it looks like a mouse or something chewed the wiring, and so the mic kept on cutting out. And the other problem I was having was the Wi-Fi in this room doesn't work very well, so I hardwired the laptop to the modem. So hopefully that helps. Oh, good. The sound's much better. Good. I'm just trying to get some weird World War II U.S. infantry done. These guys have kind of like what looks to be body armor, and instead of an M1 Garand, they have a what looks like a uh, almost looks like an M14 and an M1 Garand combined. Last night I managed to finish some Australian commandos, a whole platoon. So I'm trying to keep it up and see if I can finish these ones. Oh, I had already done. Those Americans looked really good, yeah. 15 millimeter. Oh, West Germans, Leopard ones. Nice. Oh, I just thought of something. I've been cleaning up my games room, and I printed something for you a while ago, but you never sent me your address, Jim. So I'm gonna need you to email me your address, because I have some stuff that I printed for you in 15 mil, and I forgot totally all about it. So here, let's see if I can get this in here. Oh, let's take it out of the bag. Still got support. Okay. So I did some IDF. There's ones with crews in the bag as well. I mean, there's some that don't have the crew, and then that's the one with the toes. And then I got the mutts with. Let me see. Get this in here. Then I got the mutts with the machine guns. I don't know if this is coming into focus. Let's see if I can move it over here. There we go. But I've got a bag full of mutts, IDF mutts, like the Jeeps, with crews in and with crews out. And there's tow versions, and then there's machine gun versions. And then, where'd the other bag go? I got a platoon. And we'd already talked about the fact that the machine guns are out of whack, but yeah, there's a bag of these as well. So, yeah, you have to email me your address, and I'll put them in the mail. Yeah, so there's the Magocks and then the Jeeps. And those Magocks and Jeeps, I think Bob Mack did those like way back before he started doing the Kickstarters and all that kind of stuff. And I think they were scaled for 6 mil or something like that. That's why those. Remember, I remember having a conversation with you about the machine guns. They just didn't look right. They're out of scale and stuff like that. And that's because they were scaled up, and that's why. So, yeah, I got like 2 bags here for you. So, like I said, just send me an email to walkaboutgames@gmail.com, and with your address, and I'll put them in the mail for you. Ship them down to Florida. Where'd my glasses go? There are my glasses. So I think I printed those, but you had already done. What did you do? I think you took some gas Jeeps or something, and I think you used those. You converted those. I think that might have been what you did. I seem to remember seeing them in a battle report. And I'm not quite sure which Magocks those are. Trying to see. Yeah, I can't tell which ones those are. I got these to paint tomorrow. And those are the basically heavy mech infantry. Got giant, oversized autocannon-looking Thompson submachine guns. Tank is straight. It's an M60. Oh, let's take a look. Let's find it. I think this is the M48. See if I can. Let's try to turn on the turret. I would say that's an M48 hull. I don't think that's an M60 hull. Some boots. McGock. Oh, okay. Kind of hoping that Bob Mack does some IDF stuff, but I think he's working on Cold War right now. That's what he seems to be doing. He just, what was his last one? No, his last one was Modern Russian. I'm waiting for Kickstarter right now for the some Cold War Soviet motorized infantry. Because I just did the Kickstarter that the guy did for British Army of the Rhine infantry. Come on. There we go. Nope, you can't. And well, Bob Mack and I forget the guy's his partner there. Trying to remember his name. I think it's Brad. Brad, that's the guy. The American fellow that he does it with. They collaborated with the fellow that did the British Army of the Rhine miniatures, and did some vehicles and stuff with him. And I'm hoping they're going to do the exact same thing when they do the motorized infantry. So that I can get vehicles at the same time. Because right now I've got, in my airbrush booth, I'm just doing the base colors right now, but I've got 4 chieftains 4 FV 432s, and a couple Scorpions. Yeah, I think the first time I printed a model was one of his models that he put up on Thingiverse for free way back in the day. I think it was it was a BTR 60. I think I still have it somewhere. I think it was a 20 mil, 1/72nd scale BTR. That's what I had it scaled at. That was my old FDM printer. Pistol. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Eh? Hello, Telemachus. I think I got everything sorted out so things work now. It was actually two different problems. One, it looks like the camera that I loaned to my kid that he returned looks like something chewed on the cabling. So that's why the mic was cutting out. And then the internet's been an issue, so I ran a cable so that I could plug in the laptop, because the room that I've got the laptop in, it's apparently not very good for reception. Probably too much duct work or something stupid. I'm waiting to see if McMurray or War Mutt jumps on. I went online this afternoon to look to see if I could get one. Actually, I think it would help. And if this is the games room, and where I'm painting right now is where my virtual tabletop's going to be, and I need it to work with Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'm going to look at getting a signal booster to see if I can fix things. Okay, get a drink. Now to do backpacks. I think I finished this one. Yeah. Well, these miniatures are not going to win a painting contest, but they're going to be done. Yeah, I think that's what I need. Because I don't want to be midway through the game next year of Twilight 2000 and have the internet go down. That reminds me, I gotta go sand the legs on the table so I can bring it back downstairs. That's all I played in what was it, 87, 88, and then the 89 I joined the army. Played the hell out of that game. I just got the last of my Kickstarter from the original for the fourth edition. Uh, they had delays on the Black Madonna uh, module because of COVID, but it also because they got the original author Frank Frey, who I know, to help them write it, and he's quite elderly now, and he was having some pretty serious health issues, so it got delayed. Yeah, I almost joined the Marine Corps in 1989, and then my father found out, and he said no. Because two of my cousins joined the Marine Corps in 1989. No, not Frank Chadwick. Um, Frank Frey wrote, I forget how many modules he wrote. He wrote a couple of the vehicle guides and Black Madonna, and I think he might have written at least one of the modules for the second edition as well. He's a Vietnam vet, and he worked for GDW when, you know, back in the day. I think he lives in Florida, if I remember right. I remember him saying that. Yeah, he lives in Florida. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've got all the books on PDF and bound and coiled. GDW was the best. That was one of the best companies back in the day. I'm trying to remember the one game, and I know you love the game. What is it? Is it MBT? 1985? Oh, yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I think you mentioned it a while ago. That one's done. Yeah, FASA. We played so many games of the Star Trek game in FASA. Somebody, I just heard that Traveler, somebody picked up Traveler. They got the rights to it. I can't remember which company it was. Okay. Mongoose, that's right. That's some good news. I like Traveler. I'm trying to think of a GDW game that continue on the storyline of Twilight 2000, and then you were in space. I remember having the box set for that because I remember buying it because I thought the cover art on the front of the box was so cool. Was it 20? I think you're right. Yeah, that was that. The cover just grabbed me on that box set. Well, I'm glad Mongoose has got it for for Traveler. Excuse me. I really hope I can finish these tonight. Because I really want to start figuring out how I'm going to do the flesh on all these Plains Indians. Don't know. I don't know what color I'm going to use. It's warm here tonight. Excuse me. Still got that COVID cough. Well, got a lot of shovel handles I gotta paint now. The World War II figures. They're I forget what the name of the company. Golden Dragon Miniatures. They got a Kickstarter on right now. It's like an alternate timeline. The Austro-Hungarian Empire didn't fall, and or the Holy Roman Empire didn't fall, and it's got a whole bunch of different things. But they've got these guys. A lot of them look World War II-esque. And I'm using them for weird World War II rule sets, and so they look like they've got like M14s. I don't know if this camera's gonna focus on this. It might be too dark too. But yeah, I'm trying to get these done. I've had them for a while. Yeah, they're working with War Games Atlantic right now to put a plastic set of these infantry out instead of 3D format. You know, you have to print them yourselves. I'll be using them for weird World War II though. Oop, I missed hand grenades. I've got some other files that I printed off that a guy did, an alternate kind of like World War II Australians, and he did some two-legged walkers, and I've got 3 primed up there at the back. Let's see if I can. And the crews hang off them on the handlebars, and they're riding it like a motorcycle. And I've got, I think 9 of them printed. So I'm going to paint them up, use them like a light horse unit. Where'd the dark green go? There's the light green. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong one. There it is. Yeah, they might actually. Well, the funny thing, speaking of the emus, I'm actually printing some tomorrow that have guns. War Games Atlantic in their digital thing on My Mini Factory actually put up armed emus. So just because I'm doing these guys, I was like, I gotta print a couple at least. Almost finished all the backpacks. I find batch painting like this really helps to get these guys done. The last challenge, I got quite a bit painted, but it was just all over the place. It was like sci-fi, historical, fantasy. It was just, I wanted to concentrate on my Plains War and my Weird World War II this time. I have to go buy some more glue tomorrow. Been gluing so much stuff together that I've gone through 2 bottles this in a week and a half. Yeah, I backed a Kickstarter by Brigade Games there in the U.S. And it's all miniatures that Paul Hicks sculpted, and it had 7th Cavalry and then it had all the main characters done, or the historical characters. You got Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Custer and his brother, and then some of the other major known characters. And I backed it, and then I 3D printed a whole bunch of Plains Indians as well. And it came with rules, but I can't remember. I think it was something that Brigade Games came up with. But I have the old Warhammer Ancients supplement for their Western rules that they came up with all those years ago for 7th Cavalry and all that. So I'm going to try that. I know there's a rule set for smaller scaled Plains War. I'm trying to think of who makes that. It's called Pony Wars. I think it's Pendragon that puts that out. Okay, that's the last of the backpacks. Now, what am I up to? Be right back, guys. Oh, check on my dog. Okay, I'm back. To make sure the dog didn't have to go outside. Okay. How to do shovel handles. Did those ones. Oh. Put on my glasses again. Not every single one of them has a shovel, apparently. Hi, Dennis. Oh, Jim, did you share the link? Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for coming by, Dennis. Holy cow. No shovel. You got a shovel? Yep. Well, I think it's totally possible I can have these done tonight. They seem to be zooming right by. Yeah, like a lot of the gear is very, very World War II. And then you look at their chests, they got these metal chest plates, and then they've got metal shoulder armor with American, like stars, and then their rank on the other shoulder, and then their weapons look like the BARs look like a. I remember a few years back, actually, it's more than a few years ago, they did a modernized BAR. Looks like that, and then they don't. They have a combination M1 with a bigger box mag. So it's very M14 looking. So it's a combination of the two. The company does what looks like a Sherman tank, but it's like it looks very 40K-ish because it's got sponsons on it, and yeah, it's like chunkier. Some of their vehicles look very 40K, and then some of them look more historically accurate. So I did that one already. I didn't see any skulls, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some skulls on it, or somebody puts skulls on it. Okay. Figure out what color I'm painting next. I might do the stocks on the rifles next. These guys are flying by pretty quick. Yeah, you paint them on, yeah. Okay. Oh. That one. I've got the next ones I'm printing are going to be used as U.S. Marines, but they've got the camo covers on the helmets. So, and they've got a, what the heck is the gun? What's the tractor called? The AV, no, LV, LVT, but they've got one that's a little bit more modern looking, and I might print that to go with those Marines. What? Telemachus, are you joking with me, or are you serious? They got the 3D sculpts up. I'm gonna have to go look later on tonight. Yeah, that's the ones. Yeah, but they've got one, and they also do a. There's a Jeep on the. I don't think you can see it from where you are, but I can't. They've got some beefed up Jeeps for files too, and one of these Jeeps, um, they had a painted LVT painted up the Amtrak, and the Jeep was in the back of it, so it's quite large. I think it had two Jeeps in it actually, because I know they can carry at least one. Okay, there's all the shovels done. It says published 12 days ago. I'm gonna have to go check that out. I want Batman. Okay, now what am I doing? Rifle stocks. I gotta get a drink here. Oh, where's my drink? The only thing I don't like about the optimizers is all the weight that's on the front, so that the pushes down on your bridge of your nose, and it makes indentations on your nose. Yeah, I'm gonna have to print one to go with the Marines. It looks larger than it probably carries more than 24 guys. This one's really big. It's a monster of a vehicle. I've got all these. They also do these mechs. And when you can put whatever combination of arms on them, and these canopies come off, and there's a detailed crew inside of them. And then they've got that one I had the quad 50s on, and then there's ones that are fully enclosed. They've got bigger ones too. There's one that's really ridiculous, and it's 18 inches tall. And I was like, yeah, I don't think that looks really good. I'm just for Weird World War. I'm just grabbing the models I like, because I've gotten them from different companies. Like for my Japanese, I've got these powered armor exoskeletons that look like samurai armor. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look for the Batman miniatures. Okay, on to rifle stocks. Mentions 125 sculpts. And officially licensed. That is that. Well, they do have the rights to it, and if they've paid out for sculpting, but they must be having to pay more for that. We will see. I will have to go check that out tonight. I wonder if they're going to do any of the vehicles, because they had some really awesome vehicles. They had the tumblers. I remember they had that, and they had some other ones. Well, that's kind of cool. That's actually not that bad. I've backed a couple tribes, and it's cheaper to get the tribe, because buying it individually is like crazy expensive. PAR. There we go. Do, do, do. hopefully getting a new dog here soon. My wife's dog is he's a nice dog, but I need to get a new dog because my service animal, my old dog, passed away, and her dog is smart, but I don't know if he'd take well to the training that he'd have to go through. Yeah, Batman. That's all you got to say, you know. They had a Catwoman on the bike with the giant tires. I'm kind of hoping that they might put that out. That would be awesome. I wanted to get into the game, but there was only a few places here in Canada that were selling the miniatures, and then trying to order them online. Forget that. It was the shipping was terrible. Yeah, these rifles definitely look like M14s. Combination of the M14 and the M1. I'm pretty sure I seem to remember seeing a picture of something that looked exactly like this in a book, and it was, I think it was during the time when the U.S. was going along with Britain and NATO, saying, "Oh yeah, we'll back the FN, we'll back the FN," and then they brought out the M14. I think it was around that time period. Yeah, it is a fairly odd scale. I've seen a lot of companies doing that nowadays. Nuts. There's that paintbrush. There we go. Ah, yeah, I thought about it, but once I saw I was gonna have a hard time getting some of the miniatures, and then the odd scale thing threw me too, because I was like, oh, what am I gonna use for scenery? You know. Which way am I gonna go? This way. I hate when I missed cleaning off a piece of something on the model. There we go. Forgot today was a holiday. My wife was gonna call in sick, and then she realized it was a holiday and realized how much money she'd be losing. Time is at 8:39. I think I'm gonna sign off here in a minute. Go take my dog for his walk. And then come back and do some more painting. Yeah, at least it's, yeah, exactly. I completely forgot it was a holiday. And I was just like, oh, wait a minute. Well, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go take my dog for a walk before bed. And I will be back tomorrow now that I've got this fixed. I'm trying to do lives almost every day. Doesn't always work out. Awesome. Okay. Thanks for sharing the link there, Jim. And like I said, don't forget to send me an email, and I will make sure to send those IDF vehicles to you. Okay, guys, have a good night, and I will probably see you tomorrow, probably around 3 p.m. PST. Have a good night, guys.